Hello Pisces, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. This is your reading. Remember, it will not resonate with everyone, be your story, but I hope to reach the majority. But this is for Pisces, full Celtic cross. Hopefully some positive energies coming in for Pisces. And yes, even the dominant, even if Pisces is dominant in your chart, if you got more than one personal planet in the sign Pisces, this could be for you. And remember, Tarot is here to help, not to hinder. And if you don't like the path that is shown, you can change it. There's a good chance you can change it if you'd like to manifest a situation in your life. So this is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, or if it's dominant in your chart. Let's see what's going on. Beginning energy. Coming in. See what's going on. The Sun, you're not happy for some reason coming in. It's not the worst card in the world to have Sun in reverse. It's just that you're not 100% content for some reason. And we'll figure it out in just a minute. Got that for who did Aquarius? Knight of Rods in reverse. Subject at hand. Someone is non-committal. They're irritable. They snap at you. They argumentative. They got short tempers. They're here, there, and everywhere. Non-committal. Or it could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be that energy as someone is just not 100% committed to a situation. There's all kind of reasons. What's crossing it? Page of Pentacles. You didn't like the messages you were receiving. It could have to do with finances, or it could have to do with stability. It could be anything. But you're not quite happy with the message. We know that. What crowns you is the Knight of Swords in reverse. That could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or someone, again, when they speak to you with harsh words and they're cutting, in some ways. And sometimes they could be a little deceptive, but not necessarily always. Sometimes they may not just feel well. Or maybe you had an argument with them or something went amok. But it's what crowns you or your goal. And I don't think your goal is to go after someone or wanting somebody that's like this. I'm thinking that maybe words may be cutting, Foundation, the Hangman in reverse. Oh, no, it's in the upright. I'm sorry. The Hangman in the upright. The Hangman in the upright, you're waiting around for something. You're waiting patiently for something. We'll find out what it is. Remember, when I clarify these cards, so bear with me, it may change up the story quite a bit. In the past, you were happy with a situation. You had a happy situation at home, at jobs, it don't matter. But you were happy with what you had in the past, with something that has to do with this subject. And like I said, we'll find out, and it'll be different for everybody. In the near future, you will come out of disappointment, so don't worry, okay? Because it's a Five of Cups in reverse. Possible future outcome or advice from the universe. The Empress, growth will come. Growth will come again. What is coming towards you? Page of Swords, again, that message you're going to hear that you're not going to like. But don't worry, you'll be coming out of that disappointment. You could also be, like I said, be daring Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Your hopes and fears, you may be fearing Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, or like I said, sharp words, or the messages, or the people around you. And for some of you, a few of you, and I'm going to bring this out because I'm feeling for a few of you that you may be afraid you get axed, from your job. But I see you coming out of disappointment. I do see growth coming, but let's find out for sure. Yeah, Ace of Rods in reverse. You're going to feel like you don't know if you want to go on with it. You're coming out of disappointment, and there is growth, but then you're like, with whatever you were supposed to get or whatever kind of disappointed you, it wasn't all what you were expecting. But I got to find out for sure. We got to read the cards because I'm just spewing off stuff, that the possibilities when I need clarification. So Knight of Rods is a subject at hand. The Page of Pentacles, you may hear a message you don't like. So, and it could have to do with your job or finances or something of that nature. So, Knight of Rods, Page of Pentacles, while you're there for Pisces. King of Swords. Again, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, or you're, like I said, you may not like the messages you're receiving again. And they come up kind of like in a way, like rude, you know. So Knight of Rods, Page of Pentacles, King of Swords, why you there as a subject at hand. The Hermit. You didn't have really time to think about the situation or keep to yourself. You may have to make a decision, or you didn't see it coming. You were keeping to yourself and all of a sudden it's there. But let's go to the goal, or what crowns you. Knight of Swords. You got a lot of swords energy here. Why you there is what crowns Pisces, or their goal. I'm thinking it's what crowns you. Yeah, the messages were way off with that Eight of Wands in reverse. Or, you know, like I said, you're not getting the messages you're wanting, or they're pretty harsh. So let's try this Swords energy. That King of Swords, Eight of Rods. That is the King, or is that the Knight? No, Knight of Swords, Eight of Wands. You got so many Knight energies, or Sword energies. I got to look at it again. Why are you there for Pisces? Why are you there for Pisces? King of Pentacles. Yeah, you're afraid you're going to lose some stability. Things are changing up to where you think you weren't expecting this. Like I said, the communications were way off. For some of you, you could be hearing from a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but I'm thinking of somebody that is around you in authority, that you're not liking what you're hearing. So you're waiting for something. The Hangman here is the foundation. You're waiting, I guess, maybe for the axe to fall for some of you. But you do come at a disappointment, so hold on. The Hangman in the upright. Why you there for Pisces as the foundation? Yeah, I think you're afraid you're going to have to take a break. You're going to have to wait around. You're taking a break and you're waiting for something still. So the Hangman, the Four of Swords as the foundation. Why you there for Pisces? And you're waiting on a positive message with the Page of Cups. You also could be, that could be a Cancer, it could be you, Pisces or Scorpio, but I'm thinking it's more of a more pleasant message. So in the past, you were happy with what was there. So whatever the subject has to do with, you'll know what it is because you were happy with it before, okay? Four of Wands in the upright for Pisces. Why you there in the past? King of Cups, that's you, looking all fine and fancy. You were happy. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Four of Wands, King of Cups, both in the upright in the past. Knight of Cups, yeah, you really liked what you had in the past. Really, really liked it. And I still think it's a good offer, but someone's shaking things up a little and worrying you. But you're coming out of disappointment. You're coming out of thinking everything is going to just, you know, go away. Let's find out what it is. So, Five of Cups in reverse. Why you there for Pisces in the near future? Yeah, you're afraid that you won't be able to move on from troubled waters with this, but you are. Five of Cups, Six of Swords, both in reverse. Why you there for Pisces in the near future? Yeah, you're afraid you're going to have to drop something. You're afraid you're coming out of disappointment, but you're still afraid that, you know, you won't come out of disappointment. You have to drop something. But with that Five of Cups in reverse, it means things are going to get a little bit better, or more better than what you were expecting. You know, it's worse than what you're thinking. Because as the foundation, not the foundation, but the possible future outcome or advice from the universe is the Empress. That's blessings and growth. So the Empress in the upright, why you there for Pisces in the upright? Yeah, you won't have to fight so hard or compete so hard in the future. And it says don't worry about it so hard. The blessings are still there in your life. The growth is still there. You're worrying over things that, you know, that are temporary, you know. So the Empress in the upright, Five of Wands in reverse, why you there for Pisces as a possible future outcome or advice from the universe. Yeah, don't think about it. Don't overthink. If it's advice from the universe, the blessings are still there, growth is still there, don't overthink and don't worry about it. Don't worry about it so much. Now the Page of Swords is coming towards you, or it's the outside environment of what's causing all this. It's sort of like the foundation, but it's the outside environment, you know, part of it. So Page of Swords in reverse, why you there for Pisces, as the outside environment or what is coming towards them. Yeah, you're afraid something may come to a halt, or you won't, you know, grow anymore, or wherever you're at, because of a message you're receiving. So Page of Swords in reverse, the World in reverse, why you there for Pisces. Abundance. Okay, I'm thinking you're going to hear about, like I said, something you're definitely not liking or is going to worry you. But you will come out of disappointment. It's not over yet with the World, okay? It's not over yet, whatever message you're receiving. And even if it is, something else better will come along, especially with the Three of Cups there, okay? So don't worry about things. I see a lot of worry here. So King of Swords is your hopes and fears, and we already know what that is all the time, but let's see if we get more clarification. King of Swords in reverse, why are you there for Pisces? Yeah, you're afraid that something stabbed you in the back, or, you know, something done you dirty. So King of Swords, Ten of Swords, why are you there in the hopes and fears? This is what you're hoping, you know, fearing, I mean. This is what you're fearing. Let's see if you're hoping anything. Why are you there? King of Swords, Ten of Swords. Why are you there in the hopes and fears for Pisces? Knight of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra again. Or like I said, someone with, you know, those messages you're fearing. You're hoping for a more positive message. So Ace of Rods is the final outcome. It is in reverse, but it could be anything. It could be that even though it's not as bad as you think it is, even though it's not as bad as you think it is, because you got growth coming and you're coming out of disappointment, but there's nothing really. Maybe some of you are wanting something offered to you. It may not be offered to you, such as a promotion just yet, but I don't see people losing everything out. I gotta get another card. Ace of Rods in reverse, why are you there for Pisces as the final outcome? Yeah, put the past away and the worries away, because something happened in the past that did not allow for growth in here. But I don't think I do know you're coming out of disappointment with this. I don't think anything new is going to be offered to you, but I don't think you're going to lose anything either. You know, I think you're going to be pretty much steady where you're at. You're more worried about losing something. But you were hoping for maybe a promotion or a new passionate offer with something. And it has something to do with past offers also. So Ace of Rods, Six of Cups, both in reverse. Why are you there for Pisces? Yeah, you're worried. You're just worried. It's all worried. Okay, you're just worried. This is worry. That's the Nine of Swords. So you're still worried that you won't. You're going to come out of disappointment. Let's face that. You got to put that in your head. And growth is coming. But I see a worry wart here. Okay, because of a message you received. Now you're going to think everything's going to go away. And you're thinking you won't get any new promotions. You're afraid to pass. You know, what they said in the past. Something that you heard from that had to do with something that someone did or said or felt. And it's got you worried. But don't worry so much, because you're going to come out of this disappointment. And there's going to be growth. Stop being a worry wart. Stop thinking to yourself. Coming out of that hermit mode. You know? So that's basically what it is. You're just feeling like you're not getting any growth. But it is. It's coming. It's coming. You're afraid that you may have to walk. Oh, these cards are all over the place. You're afraid you'll walk away disappointed. I'm seeing worry wart here. I'm seeing a worry wart. You're afraid you're going to lose your money. But there are offers coming. There's better things, better days ahead, but you're still not happy. And a passionate message will come. A passionate message or something will come that's new. More of a offer that will offer you a contract with the Hierophant. and make you feel entrapped or bound or stuck somewhere. Okay? It's getting better. It's getting better. But you're a worrywart. Whoever I'm reading for is a worrywart. Or thinking that things aren't going to work out, or they heard a message that really disturbed them, and I'm sure it did, and you were in a happy place, and someone says something to you that just kind of made you worry. And the messages were there. I mean, it's not unfounded that you're a worrywart or upset or up nights with the Nine of Swords, but it's going to get better. You just got to be patient and let this blow over, and don't let it disturb your sleep or your peace, because it is going to get better. And the notification bell, and I'll talk to you later. Okay, Pisces? Bye.